alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dominic Lawton can be wild. Welcome to the Bad Movie Cult.
Hello and welcome to the Bad Movie Cult podcast, where each week we take you through a film step by step, and by the end we decide whether it's good enough or bad enough to be inducted into the Bad Movie Cult. I am your host, Dominic Lawton, and with me on this journey is Mr. Ken B. Wild.
Oh, hello there.
Werewolves of London.
Yes, hello. We are back, and after Dom's rather selfish and self-indulgent bullshit for his birthday, yay, we're getting on to the full moon, June.
I don't know if you could tell by the Ken's introduction there, but this week we are covering the very first one of the first DVD releases in America. This was straight to DVD.
No way.
August 1997 it was released on DVD, and it was one of the very first. How about that?
Incredible. I did think that when I looked at the menu of it. I don't know what the fuck was going on with that. I don't know what it was even offering me.
Well, what I'm offering you, Ken, and what that DVD was offering you, is the 1995 Tony Zarindas film, Werewolf.
Yes.
Somewhere under this parched desert, a secret lies buried.
Hey, I got something here. Do you believe in werewolves?
No.
What the hell?
It could be the discovery of the sanctuary.
Come on in. We're expecting you.
A secret so dark, you could never believe it. Until it happens to you.
There's some weird things happening around here. Like a nightmare. It was a nightmare. Ellie, I'm scared. I want to know what happened to me.
When the rising moon fans the flames of desire, the beast emerges, and no one is safe. Can you keep a secret? Werewolf. From Apix Entertainment. Rated R.
I've got a plot for you, Ken.
Oh, yes, please. I do enjoy them.
Unscrupulous archaeologists.
Oh, no.
That should have been one of the keywords, I think. Tried to take advantage of an outbreak of lycanthropy prompted by the discovery of a werewolf skeleton in the Arizona desert.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
That's the last thing you want to be finding, surely.
This stars Richard Lynch.
Oh, shit, it's Richard Lynch.
And Joe Estevez.
Yes.
We finally got to him.
Well, welcome, Joe, welcome.
I've got a tagline for you, Ken.
Oh, all right, I'm happy. I'm happy to hear these, I always am.
Just one.
Oh, okay. Won't take long then. I'll be briefly happy.
Rest in beast.
Yeah, that's on the front of the DVD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like it.
I've lent this to my son so he could watch it in advance of listening.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and he laughed at the tagline as well.
Yeah.
Wait till he sees the DVD. Well, that's going to offer him.
Fun fact, this is one of the very first DVDs I gave to Ken B. Wild.
It's true. Very, very true. I thought you were going to give us the same fun fact you gave us earlier. I was thinking,
I thought you did when I saw your
I was thinking,
face.
what the fuck are you doing now?
Yeah. I'd asked him if he'd ever seen this, and he said no. And I was like, well, I've got a treat for you,
Yeah,
sunshine.
It is true. I had never seen this. And I've had to watch it again now.
You're welcome. Shall we crack into it?
Yeah, we got any keywords? You got anything like that?
Nah.
No, I've had a look. I've got a rating on IMDb.
I saw the rating, yeah.
It's a staggering 1.7 out of 10.
That's got to be one of the lowest, that, hasn't it?
That's 4,000 people have voted that. That's not just one person hating on it.
Brilliant.
Oh, fantastic.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
we get a full moon in the sky to kick us off.
Full moon, you see, full moon June. See, we're still persevering with this month thing, whether you like it or not.
2 films, if you're lucky.
No one's given us any negative feedback, but no one's given us any positive feedback. It's been pretty much same as every other fucking episode, to be honest.
Well, it was when we first announced we were doing themed, because we did the April.
We did, yeah.
And someone was excited about that.
I think so.
And then they found out what it was, and then they just didn't care anymore.
Well, yeah, we fucked that up ourselves, didn't we? So we didn't really play to the crowds, did we?
We never do, to be honest.
Full of good ideas, though.
Yeah. Title card. That looks shit.
Yep, certainly does.
And then a theme tune. There's some Native American drumming.
Just some Native American chanting and credits, I guess. It's not much of a theme, is it?
No. And dessert. Oh, no, sorry, desert.
Yeah. Oh.
We're in the desert, and holy shit, it's Princess Diana in a Jeep.
That's right, it's Richard Lynch.
Richard Lynch, he's wearing a cowboy hat at a jaunty angle. I love it.
That's because he's an unscrupulous archaeologist, isn't he?
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, he's pretty scrupulous at this point. We don't know about his unscrupulous his behaviours later.
We cut to some guys on a dig site. One of them is bloody Joe Estevez.
It is. I didn't even notice it was him until we got a full proper look at him. And I thought, has he just arrived? I didn't realise he was one of them all along.
Yeah,
that's the power of Joe Estevez.
I'm surprised he didn't get Rambo. He looks like Rambo, doesn't he, in this? With his bandana around his head.
He does, yeah. He looks very Mexican,
yes.
doesn't he?
What I like about this film is right off the bat, you're introduced to the best character.
Oh, yeah, Yuri.
Yuri. God damn. I gave Ken this film just so he could meet Yuri.
Yuri is a very unusual man, isn't he?
I love him.
I'm not sure what he was going for, but sheer fucking lunatic appears to be what he got.
I don't know how he became the leader, the foreman, or whatever the fuck they call him.
He beat the shit out of everyone else, didn't he?
It's just insane.
Yeah.
He's and also, fun fact for you, this man, every single time he's on screen, has a different haircut.
I've got that as well. Yeah. Yuri's a man of many hairstyles.
Yeah, and colour.
Many wigs.
Yeah.
Or I don't know what he's got going on.
His hair's orange at one point.
Yeah. He's looking a bit like Eric Estrada, doesn't he?
He is.
I think. At
there
some
he
point.
is.
There he was, I thought to myself. Yeah, he has got a touch of the chips about him a bit later on.
Yeah. He beats the shit out of a Native American called Tommy, who's just sitting there having a drink because it's hot.
Yeah, because, they're out in the desert and shit.
Yeah. Pushes him to the ground, they all have a fight, and holy fuck is it bad.
Yeah, pretty much so, isn't it? Yeah.
You have the same punch sound effect over and over again. That whoosh, whoosh. Doesn't matter what they're hitting.
That's actually how punches sound, Dom. You've never been in fights, have you? Been in street fights against Kimbo Slice.
It's the only fight you know.
It is indeed, yeah. Yeah, and that's actually the real sound.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice, I like it. And then like the sounds of people falling over in films, like
well, that's actually the sound of real people falling over, Dom. You've obviously never fallen over in your life, but I've fallen over on the streets.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, against Kimbo Slice. We both fell over once on the way to the shops. Get some sweets.
Hey, man. Yeah, you see I'm hurt? Oh, come on, man. Damn
a quick cut to Richard Lynch turning up.
Yeah, because earlier he was just driving about the place. Now he's turned up. He's got there now. It's a massive archaeological dig, isn't it? With 3 people there already.
Yeah. Richard Lynch was driving along with the top down on his Jeep, listening to "Broken Wings" by Mr. Mister.
That would have been nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he turns up and his foreman Yuri's kicking the shit out of all of his workers.
He only got 3. Yeah, steady on Yuri.
But thankfully, Joe Estevez, he's there. He breaks it up just as Richard Lynch gets to the fight, saying, "What's going on here? Have you not seen my hats at a jaunty angle?"
Have you not listened to the beautiful lyrics of Mr. Mister?
And I like how Yuri's still in fighting pose. As Richard Lynch.
He's very rarely out of it, to be honest, is he?
That's true. What a man. Tommy needs a medic. He's snivelling like a little shit on the floor.
It was Bon Jovi, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy used to work on the dig, is what they say at some point.
Yeah. He's got to get his arm bandaged by a woman's come running over.
Yeah, she's good, isn't she?
She is very good. This woman here is called Natalie. Not kidding you. I think we found the female Tommy Wiseau. The accent you cannot place.
I'm not sure she knows how to speak.
No.
At all.
I don't think she's ever done it before.
Even without reading it,
Yeah.
I shouldn't think she speaks very well.
No.
No,
It's honestly
very unusual.
the female Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah, she's great.
There's quite a bit of blood. You need stitches.
Anyway, what's happened is Tommy, he's gone arse over tit, because Yuri's been flapping around the place. And he's fallen onto the skeleton of some sort of small child goat wolf thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the fuck it is, to be honest, but nor are they.
Yuri's like, come and have a look at this, Richard Lynch. And Richard Lynch says, not now, Yuri. I've got a man hurt over here.
It's Tommy, remember? And he says, oh, yeah.
Tommy, no.
No.
Richard Lynch tells Billy to take Tommy. Billy's the sort of, he looks like the human manifestation of Droopy.
Yeah, he's got nothing going for him, has he, Billy?
No.
He doesn't do anything either. Billy's just there because he's not Tommy,
And
nor
he's-
is he Joe Estevez. So that's the character of Billy.
Yeah, that was him on his CV. That's what he wrote to get
what
the
he
job.
was given. Yeah, that's what he was given as a stage direction.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've got to have some sort of qualification to be working on an archaeological dig.
I think you just have to
Wear a bandana.
Yeah, be some Mexican.
Yeah.
I think on this one, that's Richard Lynch's rules. He's unscrupulous, for God's sake.
You either got to be that or related to Charlie Sheen. Those are the rules. He tells Billy to take Tommy into town to get his arm stitched up, and don't worry, Richard Lynch is paying for it.
That's good of him.
Yeah,
Scruples.
what a guy.
Scruples.
Birds screaming as we finally see what Yuri's unearthed.
And this is it.
Joe Estevez says, Yanogolanchi.
Yeah, I just wrote mariachi. I thought he was a dead Mexican singer. She got a big old hat on and a guitar around his skeletal corpse.
I like how they all look at him like he's a piece of shit on the floor.
So I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did as well.
I actually really like the fact that his character in this is Joe.
Yeah, he tells Joe to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Just go with the others to the hospital.
Yeah, because we don't want you here. We never did.
Joe Estevez.
Yeah.
But he knows shit, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He does go, though.
I have no idea what Natalie's saying, but Richard Lynch asks her to go get some student workers to move the skeleton into the evidence tent.
I think what she does here is she just questions everything that's said to her. And that's her character.
Everything that's said to her?
She's a very, very stupid person. That whenever anyone says she's like that, what is a mariachi? She asks.
Yeah.
And he says, it's a skinwalker. She's like, skinwalker?
Yeah.
Yes, like a shapeshifter, a werewolf. A werewolf?
Yeah.
He's like, yes, stop doing that.
It's like, it's a skinwalker. It's the Navajo equivalent of a... And Richard Lynch can't even bring himself to say it. So Yuri, who I put, is sitting there like Bozo looking at Melvin in Toxic Avenger.
Pissing me off.
Says, lycanthrope, a goddamn werewolf. And it's got to be pointed out here that no one in this film can say the word werewolf.
No, they all say it differently, don't they?
Yeah. So Yuri calls it a werewolf.
Skinwalker?
Skinwalker. It's also known as a shapeshifter. It's the Navajo equivalent of a lycanthrope. A goddamn werewolf.
And then Natalie says, werewolf?
Werewolf?
Later on, she calls it a werewolf.
Yes.
Yeah, she changes accent and decides it's probably just were. In the past tense. Probably gone away, so it werewolf.
Werewolf? No, they're werewolf.
Were.
She says, werewolf? You mean Joe thinks this is a werewolf? Is Joe Estevez supposed to be Native American in this?
Yeah, of course he is. Bloody Joe, isn't it?
Oh, of course.
You got a bandana on, you idiot.
Yeah.
You don't get normal, everyday Americans wearing a bandana. You only get the Mexicans doing it.
Yeah.
This was the 90s. That's how you knew.
Yeah. Richard Lynch just laughs his fucking head off and says, no, not in the traditional white man's movie monster sense of the word werewolf.
Should have looked at the camera, give us a little wink.
He doesn't even call it a werewolf. He calls it a Yanogolanche.
The mariachi.
Yes. You know what that means, Ken?
No.
It means...
I don't even know how to say it, let alone what it means. That's probably a werewolf.
It means he who trots here and there on all fours. That's what Richard Lynch tells us.
It's probably a good idea to have a phrase that means that, because we use that phrase so often, don't we, in modern day?
Yeah.
So thank goodness we've got a translation for it.
Yeah. Yanagalanche is a human witch who wears the skin of fierce animals. He explains further.
I think because after the he who trots there and there on all fours, Natalie just goes, huh?
Yeah.
She really has no fucking clue what's going on. I don't even know what her job role is.
Yeah.
She's just there.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, she hasn't got a fucking Scooby what's going on. Not a bloody clue.
He carries on. Native Americans can tell who is one as they take on a series of strange body habits, like sleeping like a coyote, nose to anus. When Ken first watched this, he simply texted me the words, nose to anus.
What does that mean? Their own nose to their own anus. How the fuck do you sleep like that? And if it was someone else's, they'd fucking notice that, wouldn't they? They're not getting away with that for long.
I don't think coyotes sleep nose to someone else's anus, do they?
I don't know.
It must be like curled in a ball like
themselves.
Dogs.
Well, how does a human do that?
I don't know. Give it a go. Let's see.
I did. I got cramp. My wife had to come and free me from myself.
And not for the first time.
I was wedged. Help, I'm wedged, I shouted. She came in, you bloody idiot. Huh? Werewolf? That's what she said when she came in.
Not only that, but their house will begin to smell like coyote urine.
Why? That must also mean they're pissing in there. It doesn't just smell like it without it being there. It's not the thing, is it?
I like how Natalie says, this is absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, but she says it like she couldn't be more fucking bored if she tried.
Yeah, I think she was asleep.
Yeah, I think she was halfway through the film.
She asks, what is it these creatures do besides pissing and nose to anus sleeping?
Anuses and pissing, Richard Lynch. Will you stop going on about those things?
Well, Richard Lynch ignores this question and then goes on about Navajo traditions, and I have no idea what he's talking about.
It's something about the powdered bones of infants down the chimney to cause distress.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Like, huh?
That's elaborate, isn't it?
They're basically evil incarnate.
Yeah. And then she says once again, my God, these things are just vile.
She says, so how do we stop them? And he says, medicine man. And I was thinking, Big Steve Seagal.
Yeah, of course it is. You just hear an eagle cry in a silhouette up on the mountaintop.
Yeah, it's like, my God, Dracula's put weight on.
The size of Dracula.
Tailor-made for that role, isn't he? Medicine man, Steve Seagal.
Should have been in this.
Yeah. That was my film pitch for this.
It was just his era as well, 95, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's just fucking cracking some wrists and breaking into the business.
Yeah. Yeah, that was going to be my film pitch.
Oh, well, you fucking mentioned it.
Yeah.
It's your own fault, isn't it?
I'm just saying that would be a good film pitch that we'll maybe do later.
No,
Steven Seagal versus werewolves. He's a medicine man.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
I'll bring him into my pitch then.
Excellent. Anyway, unless the medicine man turns up late, in which case you just shoot the fucking thing.
Yeah.
That was like brilliant.
And then that's the legend then. Okay, bye. Yeah. And then they all go. That's the end of that scene. That's the basis of what we're going to be watching.
This is absolutely fascinating.
My note is, what the fuck's Joe Estevez up to? Let's go and have a look. We cut to him. He's looking at Billy and Tommy. They're returning to the site. Billy tells Joe that Tommy is in a pretty bad shape.
Yeah, didn't he tell him just to go with them?
Yeah.
So why is he waiting for them to come back? He just went away, just walked off and stood still waiting.
Yeah, he's only got one car. Joe Estevez looks like he has two glass eyes in this film.
Oh, yeah, I like him. In the same eye socket.
Eagles scream as Joe looks into the car and he sees Tommy sweating and shallow breathing. Yeah. He screams to call an ambulance.
He's only just got back from the fucking hospital. How shit is Billy not to have noticed that he was not better after all?
No, on death's door.
He's actually a bit worse, look.
Back in the tent, and Natalie is telling the other two that this isn't any type of animal she is familiar with. And she knows lots of animals, don't you worry about that.
She can name 3 of them off the top of her head.
She says, so what do you think it is? And Yuri says, lycanthrope, a goddamn werewolf. And she says, werewolf? You mean Joe thinks this is a werewolf? And then the scene happens
It's
again.
the same bit,
exactly as it
This is
happened
like that.
before.
I think, hang on. That's what Yuri is. He's like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Just gets his script, just thumbs back a couple of pages and goes, oh no, it is in here again. It's okay, yeah. Yes, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, it was printed out. It was a printing error, but they carried on and left it in the film. Richard Lynch senses that that might happen, so he interrupts him anyway just to stop that scene in its tracks. And he says that he has no idea what it is either. So why the fuck were they talking about werewolves if no one knows what it is?
Yep, they said whatever it is, though, it's probably the discovery of the century. Yuri thinks whoever the discoverer is will be rich.
Yeah.
Rich millions! Wow, famous! Yeah!
I like Richard Lynch says, look at the bone structure of its legs. Look at the teeth closely. Observe his little dick.
Look at its anus.
Yeah.
I'll put my nose to that.
Any day. Yuri, get out of it. He says this thing ran on all fours like a dog. There's no way from that skeleton you would think that ran on all fours. It's a fucking human skeleton.
Fucking long old bloody legs, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a human skeleton, basically, from science class. One of them, dirt on it, with a fucking dog's skeleton head.
A dog's skull, yeah.
Yeah. Skeleton head, that's what I like to call them.
Yeah, I know you do, yeah. I like to abbreviate.
He says the teeth are canine in structure, yet it has human qualities.
Like the skeleton.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because I think if you did find that, you would actually assume that it's probably like two skeletons mixed together or something.
No, not at all. Werewolf.
We've got to take it back to the lab to study it. But at the risk of sounding nuts, I think we've just stumbled across the remains of a lycanthrope. Lycanthrope? A goddamn werewolf, says Yuri.
A werewolf?
You mean Joe thinks this is a werewolf?
And then Joe Estevez comes in and goes, oh, fucking hell. Get an ambulance.
Yeah.
No, Joe, go away. Okay.
Or Graham Chapman comes in and stops them for being far too silly.
No, I'd stop that.
This is absolutely fascinating.
Enough of this anyway, let's go to the hospital.
Yes, please. See how Tommy's doing.
Yeah, there's wolf howls, there's Indian drums. Tommy's being inspected in bed by a doctor and a nurse.
They're good, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very good.
Then they walk towards the camera and have a conversation that we are involved with.
Yes.
Yes, it's fascinating.
Yeah, his face is in constant transformation, says the nurse.
Yeah, and the doctor says, yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah. And she says, you need to go and have some sleep because you look like shit, to the doctor. And he says, right away, nurse, thank you, and leaves.
Yeah, that was good.
He says, get a blood sample and just watch him. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah, and she does. And the doctor's like, not from me, from the patient over there, you idiots.
And then the doctor leaves. The nurse heads back into Tommy's room to look at his dick.
Yep, that's what happens.
Next day, we're back at the dig site. Yuri turns up with his third different hairstyle of the film. Looks like Ben Stiller in Dodgeball now.
It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's a bit gingerish now, isn't it? A bit of red in it.
Slams his car door shut. Says, what the hell are you? Well, you guys only just got here. And they're like, no, that was you.
Yeah, you have. And he's like, oh, right, I knew one of us had.
Yeah.
Where the fucking hell's Tommy?
Yeah. Joe Estevez is furious. He says, Tommy's at the hospital, you shit.
And he's like, oh, yeah. I really have forgotten everything.
And Billy's like, Tommy's turning into her. And then Joe's just like, shh. Don't let him know. And he says he's just very sick. He has an infection from the cut he got yesterday when you slapped him to the floor. I did laugh out loud when Joe says, if you don't mind, I'd like to go back to work. And Yuri says, that'd be great. And then Joe Estevez's face is fucking hilarious. He looks so annoyed. My note is, how does Joe Estevez both look exactly like Martin Sheen and absolutely nothing like him at the same time?
I don't know.
It's a very
But
odd...
he does.
He does, doesn't he?
He sounds like him as well.
Yeah. There's some scenes I'm like, oh my God, it's Martin Sheen. And the other time I'm like, who the fuck's that man there? Oh, it's Joe Estevez. And now my next note is, what the hell is Yuri doing?
Yuri, intrigued by Tommy's accident and injury, has decided to dress up as a doctor and then infiltrate the hospital.
Why?
I don't know.
Why does he just go visit him? Why is he fucking cracking into the place?
We don't know, but...
He's got new hair again.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
Slick back like...
he's in disguise, isn't he?
Gomez Adams.
He's in disguise. It was either disguise his hair like the night slasher from Cobra, or hide in a fucking bin.
Yeah.
Like Samurai Cop.
Yeah.
He's got two options. He's gone for the first one.
Yeah, fair enough. He flirts with the nurse at the desk. Hello, I'm Dr. Brown, he says.
I'm Dr. Brown Hair. She says, yes, you are. And he actually does say that he likes her hair. And she goes, like that. I think he was waiting for a compliment back on his own, but he didn't get it, so he slaps her across the face.
Hi, I'm Dr. Slickback Brown Hair. Nice to meet you. He goes in, listens to his heartbeat for no fucking reason whatsoever.
He disguises the doctor. He finds out absolutely fucking nothing. He says, are you new here? And she's like, no, you are. And he's like, oh, yeah. He's not very good at the first introductions, is he, Yuri? He needs to get a little bit of time to find out what's going on. And then she gives him some information, and it's not fucking there. And he eventually finds him on his own. So I thought, what's the point of that? I don't know, anyway.
Fun fact, the guy who played Yuri wasn't paid for this film.
I'm not fucking surprised. Is that why he was going around punching everybody in the fucking face? No, he's been in loads of stuff, actually.
Yeah.
George Rivera, his name is.
Wasn't he in like a John Wayne film back in the day?
He's a big fucking bloke, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's got some bloody muscles on him as well.
Yeah, I would have paid him, to be honest, but the director decided not to.
It
was a non-union film, this. So, he's like, tough shit, no money, see you later.
Oh, that's harsh, isn't it?
Yeah. He takes a blood sample, listens to his heartbeat, and off he goes. And once he's gone, the moon comes out, and Tommy gets a very hairy face.
Yeah. Yeah. Full moon June.
My God.
Yes.
That is good.
Yes. Yeah, and then Tommy, he's got little strands of pissy hair on him, hasn't he? Yeah, and then he's just instantly full wolf.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Not the worst makeup, to be honest.
Well, it's not the best, though, is it?
It's not the best. Not the worst I've seen for werewolf films.
No, fair enough.
To be fair to it, they actually, when they become full werewolf, it turns into like a glove puppet. That looks shit.
Yeah, that does. Yeah,
they should have just stuck with the makeup effects. Anyway, I did laugh at the fact the security guard comes out of the room and instantly punches Tommy in the face. I like that. Yeah, Tommy escapes out into the hallway and chokes a security guard to death.
Unfortunately, yeah, the security guard does die.
Yeah. Random guys running in the desert at night. We see that next. One of them, Joe Estevez.
Bloody Joe and Pepe, I put.
Yeah, who's Pepe?
I don't know. I didn't know his name was, so I just put Pepe.
Billy?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, Billy No
I thought
Mates.
it might be Pepe.
Yeah, Billy and Joe. There's like, what have you got there? You got bloody silver bullets. And he's like, I have, yeah. Well, that's good. I think that's the last time we ever see Joe Estevez in this film.
Yeah, there's a puppet wolf. Yeah, it is, yeah. And the puppet wolf's in a box somewhere.
Yeah, with a flashlight shone on it.
And they shoot him dead. And they go, was that finished then?
Yeah. Basically,
that's the end of that. It was really, he just shoots the werewolf dead.
Yeah. So basically, the werewolf is a guy in a bear suit with the puppet on its head.
Yeah. It's not the best, is it?
No.
No.
Shoots it, cut to the train station. That's the end. This is almost like two films.
Yeah,
that's the end of the first film.
Of that first episode.
Yeah, and now we have the hero of the film.
Yeah, he's a prick, isn't he?
25 minutes in is when we get the main man. His name's Paul, not Nick, Paul.
Paul doesn't stop smirking at all, does he? And he's a fucking unlikable bloke, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a greasy bastard.
Yeah.
Gets off the train into a taxi, regrets it immediately because the driver's talking about half man, half beasts.
Yeah, all the time.
He says, do you believe in Dracula? Because I saw him walking around the desert in a trench coat. Put a bit of weight on.
With an eagle.
Yeah.
Crying near him.
No, says the man. The driver laughs. Me neither. What about werewolves? No, he says.
Werewolves. Yes.
Ken's writing it down.
Yes.
He says, no, I don't believe in them. And the taxi driver says, I'm beginning to have second thoughts.
This is why I never fucking asked you.
Yeah, I don't care.
Fair enough.
Paul, he grew up in New York. Well, he grew up in New York, but he was born right here in this town.
New York.
Gets dropped off at a house. The taxi driver says, you're not moving in here, are you? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, well, good luck with that.
He's like, okay.
Yeah. And then he
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, that all gets explained never.
No.
So, don't worry about that shit.
Or maybe it explains itself, because as soon as he gets into the house, he runs face first into Fidel Castro.
Sam
Sam
the keeper.
Sam the keeper.
This is explained as much as nothing.
Yeah. I recognise this man.
He has been in other shit, yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what he was in. I Googled it.
Go on.
He was in Black Hole Sun music video.
Well,
with the big smiley faces.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Soundgarden, I knew it.
Yes, well done.
Paul seems fine. This guy's armed with a rifle. I suppose it is America.
Fuck yeah.
He tells Paul his name is Sam the Keeper, and Miss Carey is waiting upstairs for him.
I'm Sam. I'm the keep.
Well, nice to meet you. Do you always greet people with a gun in your hand?
What, this? This is just to keep the flies down. There's some weird things happening around here. I just found out Count Dracula was a faggot.
Oh, is that so?
You don't have to believe me, but that's the facts.
Says, what the fucking hell are you talking about? He says, I don't know.
Yeah.
Bye.
Like Melchett from bloody Blackadder. What are your thoughts on Sam the Keeper?
It's fucking pointless, isn't he?
Why is this character in it?
What an irrelevant man.
Why is he just randomly homophobic?
What's Dracula got to do with it? Why does everyone keep saying Dracula
It's
to
the
each other?
Tina Turner biopic, isn't it? That was her Halloween album she
That's
released.
it, yeah.
Paulie heads upstairs to meet Carey, who's trying to sell the house for him, as it was Paul's mother's before she died, but they're good luck selling it, because they just can't do it, even though it's fucking massive. He asks who the fuck is Sam, to which she says, oh, he's the groundskeeper.
That's Sam the keeper.
Yeah, it's like, why does this house need a groundskeeper?
Why has he got a fucking rifle?
Who knows?
How dangerous are the grounds?
Kerry invites Paul to a birthday party she's going to. Pick you up at 8 o'clock. He smirks at her. He's loving that. And holy shit.
It's Richard Lynch.
Yeah, and Natalie, it's Richard Lynch's birthday party.
Hooray!
This looks a bit like...
Your birthday party.
Yes, this looks a bit like...
Except there's people at this one.
This looks a bit like the party they go to in Ace Ventura.
It does, actually, yes.
Yeah, it looks like the same house.
Yeah, piano, of course.
Yeah. Cut to Paul and Kerry, who are there already. Drinks in hand. Kerry says that Paul hasn't said a word since they left the house, which would be hilarious if that was true. Seeing as they've got in there and got drinks.
He's just smirking, isn't he?
He's just silent.
Too busy smirking at the nothing, his own reflection.
She says, do you find me boring? And he says,
what? Sorry, who?
You asked me to accompany you to this party. I didn't think it meant a date. And she says, well, if that's what you want and that's what you'll get, walk home, I'm leaving.
Only just got there.
Yeah, Paul says nothing, laughs to himself. And Kerry says, I think you're a struggling writer with no tomorrow. And thankfully she fucks off. And Paul heads into the party.
Yeah, she's a bit bloody needy, isn't she?
It's very odd, this.
Yeah.
Anyway, first order of business is to eye up Natalie as soon as he gets inside here. I thought Natalie was with Richard Lynch when they come down the stairs and he's got his hand on her backside. And
yeah, and the other one on her tit.
Yeah, tit.
Yeah, inside her dress. That's kind of made me think that.
Yeah, but apparently they're not. Yuri's there, looking livid, as usual, with one of his previous haircuts. He's gone back.
Yeah, he has. Looks good with the suit, though, doesn't it? So.
Yeah. Yuri tries chatting up Natalie, asks for a little kiss, maybe some over the blouse action, maybe pop a nipple into his drink.
Yeah, the old erotic behaviour.
Paul steps in, telling him to leave her alone, and Yuri instantly tries to snap his wrist.
Yeah, quite right too.
Richard Lynch has to come over to cool everything down, takes Yuri outside for some fresh air, tells him to take a walk, sober up, then get back in here and apologise to Natalie. But it's actually Natalie who apologises to Paul.
Yeah. Oh.
Saying Yuri just had too much to drink. And Paul says, don't apologise for him, the man has no class. And then she says, yes, I guess you're right, he's got no class.
And he goes, yeah.
Yeah, they both laugh and point at him as Yuri shakes his fist through the window at them.
That would have been a good time for the song No Class by Motorhead to come on. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Shame.
They introduce themselves to each other. And we head over to see that Yuri's taken himself to the museum to look at the dinosaurs.
He has gone for a walk, hasn't he? But not the walk Richard Lynch wanted him to go for.
No. Instead, he asks the security guards to open the lab for him as he forgot his keys. The werewolf skeleton's on the table. He shows the security guard it. He's Italian, the security guard. He says,
"Hello, I'm Italian."
"Yes, my mother used to tell me fairy stories about," and I was thinking, oh, here we go.
Another one.
But luckily, Yuri's popped some champagne, drugged one of the drinks, and given it to the security guard.
Yeah, but the security guard says, "Not for me, thanks. I'm on duty." He says, "Oh, come on." He goes, "Go on then." Downs the fucking thing straight away.
He
He's not
downs
messing
it.
about. He's downing that champagne. That's how I drink champagne.
Just down in one, get it
I'm
over
a
with.
fucking lunatic.
Yeah, so thankfully we don't get any stories from his mom because he fucking passes out.
Good.
Yuri injects blood into him. It's got to be healthy. It's safe. Tommy's infected blood straight into him.
Oh, no.
Paul and Natalie, meanwhile, they're getting cozy on the bench at the party. Natalie dodges a question about any recent discoveries she's made. She asks him what he does. He evades that one, and they go off and dance.
I've written down, "I really buy you," as though somebody said that.
She probably did say that.
Yeah, that's what I've written, so I assume that's what she says to him for some reason. "Paul, I really buy you." I don't know what the fuck that means, so I just wrote it down. Anyway, let's dance.
Yuri wakes the guard up. He's like, "Oh, I'm going home." He's like, "Okay, see you later."
Yeah, he's like, "Well, that's my shift finished." Just gets up and leaves. Doesn't find it unusual at all that he's been drugged and he's now got injection marks on him.
Yeah.
He's like, "Right, well, see you. See you tomorrow."
I have more blood in my body now than when I passed out, he says. We immediately cut to him walking as the full moon comes out. He gets in his car, drives off. Yuri follows him. Back to the party. Natalie seems to have told Paul about the werewolf. We've missed that because we're too busy watching this. And he tells her that he freelances as a journalist and he could help her get funding or some sort of shit like that.
Yeah, I think he was the guy that was behind the funding for Dr. The Baboons, wasn't he?
Oh, was he?
Big Bo Svensson.
Well, he must have been.
He probably was, yeah.
He asks to see the remains, and she says she would be more than happy to show him, as long as Richard Lynch says it's okay.
Oh, chances of that.
I like how there's a werewolf out there driving a car, and instead we're watching these two idiots. She drops Paul off at his house. He invites her in for a drink and a chance to meet his homophobic gardener. And she declines, says, "No, I've got work tomorrow early." So Paul has a strop and gets out of the car.
Yeah.
Doesn't say anything, doesn't say goodnight or anything, just fucking leaves.
Prick, innit?
It does work, though, because she gets out, says, welcome to the neighbourhood or whatever, and then gives him a little kiss.
Yeah, and then Sam shoots her dead through the window. Can't be too careful. That's what he shouts. That's what he shouts through there. Can't be too careful, Paul. I was going to say Sam. That's himself, isn't it?
Yeah, just says it to himself.
Sam the keeper.
Back to the werewolf driving anyway, and the best scene in the film.
Yeah, he's got a full werewolf face again now, hasn't he?
Has.
And he's driving quite well.
Yeah.
Considering he's a wolf.
Yeah. He's actually driving how, like, kids drive, when they pretend to drive, kids.
Yeah, just constantly moving your hands.
Yeah, side to side, yeah.
He's, Yuri is in hot pursuit.
He is.
Well, he's not that hot pursuit, actually, is he? He's about fucking 3 minutes behind him, even though there are only 2 cars on the road.
Yeah. And I tell you what, this intersection where the petrol station is a bloody popular route. Everyone's driving around it.
Well, it's just them driving around it multiple times, isn't it?
Anytime anyone's moving anywhere in this film, you see that fucking petrol station.
Yeah, they drive past it 3 times each. Both ways. I don't know where he was. I must have forgotten where he lives, this security
Yeah.
guy.
At one point, they pass each other, and Yuri does the fist out the window.
See how I love you in Wall Street.
Yeah, I love you in Wall Street.
And Joe Estevez is like, what?
Yeah.
Not you, Joe.
Where the fuck does Joe Estevez go? Why is he not in the film anymore?
He's done his bit.
Yeah, that's what he
Don't need
said.
any more Mexicans, do
Yeah.
we? Authentic Mexicans like Joe.
Yeah. Fun fact for you, Ken. The director bought the stock footage of the car crash that's about to happen. He bought it before he even had a script or anything for this film. So he wrote this film to include this car crash and painted the car the same colour as the car in the stock footage, just so he could have this in the film.
You could probably buy a car in the same colour. You don't have to buy a different colour and paint it.
No, that's what he did.
Too much work.
Yeah, director wrote and directed this, if you couldn't tell. Anyway, the werewolf...
It's a very good car crash, though. I'll give it that.
The werewolf's driving around the main streets in this city. Then all of a sudden, he's on the docks.
Yeah.
And you don't see him get there because you're watching him just drive with his hands going like this.
I know. I assumed he was at the gas station still.
Yeah.
Just driving around in circles, the idiot.
Yeah, his hands are going back and forth, and all of a sudden he just raises them up in front of his face, and you think, what the fuck's going on now? And what happens, Ken?
Mm-hmm. It's always the way, though, isn't it?
Yeah, the car flips into the...
some barrels.
It's like barrels. Flips up into the air.
Oil barrels or something.
Smashes through some barrels and then blows up.
I hate it when that happens.
Yuri watches this from his car, smirking to himself.
Not
And
sure why.
I was going to say he's accomplished absolutely fuck all with that.
he's just killing people now. It's like, why?
What was that supposed to achieve or prove?
Now he knows this is the infected blood.
Jesus Christ.
Not sure again what that's going to achieve, but he does know. He's insane, isn't he?
Yeah, he is insane. Elephant sounds for ages the next day.
Yeah, this is a very, very long scene, isn't it? A long and protracted trip through the museum.
Yeah, you see so much of this museum.
Fucking hell.
I'm guessing they rented it to record it, and they're like, well, we better get our use out of it. So you just see loads of the exhibits and animal noises, and fucking hell, it's boring.
And Paul just wandering about, looking at the exhibits in silence with his footsteps tapping away.
Yeah, it's like something from Birdemic, this.
Yeah, it's just really long and fucking pointless.
When they go to that festival and look round it for fucking 3 hours.
Wasn't that called Full Moon Bay, wasn't it? Something?
Half Moon Bay.
Half Moon June.
Half Moon, yeah.
May. Half Moon June May. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Half Moon May will be the James Nguyen month next year.
It fucking will not.
So after Paul's had a look round for a bit.
And we have as well with him.
Yeah, Yuri, we see that he's following from a distance. He's just following people now, Yuri. He's gone insane. He's not got a job.
He's not still in his car, thankfully. He's not driving in the museum.
He's running people over.
Silently.
I have put, I'm not sure how or why Yuri's gone insane, but here we go. Paul follows Natalie, shows him the skeleton. Paul asks, how are you so certain this thing is a werewolf? And
she says, what?
Yeah.
She's like, forget it.
Yuri interrupts, saying it's a goddamn werewolf. And she says, a werewolf? You mean Joe thinks this is a werewolf? They're like, God damn it, no.
And Richard Lynch comes in.
Yeah.
He says, saying, Joe, where's this mariachi? Yeah. It all kicks off.
Joe Estevez is sleeping nose to anus in the corridor. Someone come and help me. Natalie says that we best wait for Richard Lynch to turn up to explain all this ancient American bollocks.
Yes, let's stand here in silence until that happens.
But she says, look at the bloody legs on the bastard. That's what she says.
Fucking hell, says Paul.
Yeah, she's interrupted for real this time by Yuri. He's not happy Paul's allowed to see the skeleton, even with Natalie explaining that Richard Lynch gave him the big thumbs up.
Both of them.
On account of getting more research funding if she shows him it. And Paul says he didn't come here to be insulted by a psychopath.
Yeah, he does. He says, you think I'm a psychopath?
Yeah.
And then persuades him differently by beating the shit out of him again very, very suddenly.
Yeah, lab fight, I've put.
Yeah, psychopath this, motherfucker.
Yeah. Grabs the werewolf skeleton head and smashes it over Paul.
I've put him hits him with the skull. It's
yeah.
Pretty similar to what you said, but a bit quicker.
And he cuts him on the shoulder.
Blood!
My
Blood!
God. Yuri screams at him to leave, and then he fucks off into the night.
Yeah.
I've written.
Now, you know what happens, though? You know what happened to bloody Tommy? You remember Tommy?
No.
No? Okay. Who's Tommy? I must have dreamt Tommy. But somebody else earlier on, they got hit with the skull, blood. You know what happened to them?
No.
Oh, right. Hang on a minute, let me check my notes. I thought you'd written stuff down. No, forget it.
Later, we see Paul. This is my note. Later, we see Paul lying shirtless on his bed, inspecting his gash.
Finger in it as well.
He is, isn't he?
Popping his finger in.
Bloody dirty bastard.
Yeah. Maybe having a quick taste.
He starts growling, or he's making the yummy noise from Young Frankenstein.
Yeah, we keep cutting backwards and forwards whilst he's doing this, whilst he's messing with his gash. Back to the skeleton.
Yeah. I put this transformation scene as shit.
Well, there's not really a transformation scene. We cut to it. It's now the night, and we go and see Paul, and he just looks exactly the fucking same. It's not changed in the slightest.
No,
it's the same as he was 3 hours ago.
His hair's a bit dishevelled.
Yeah, but that's it. That's not the fucking signs of a werewolf. It's the signs of a man who's been laid down playing with his gash for 3 hours.
It's hardly American Werewolf in London, is it?
Hardly. But what we do get, though, he's on his all fours. Not trotting about a bit, but he is on all fours. And the camera crash zooms in.
To his anus.
And then crash zooms out.
Of his anus.
In, out. Shake it all about, is what he's saying as we do that. Yeah, we just keep like zooming in and out on Paul. He's not doing anything.
No.
Not really his anus, of course. Although once it was.
It was a stuntman's anus.
Joe Estevez's anus. He just turns around. He's like, ooh. Yeah.
Natalie arrives, lets herself in.
Yeah, we crash zoom on her anus. Not for
not for the first time.
For 3 minutes. Right, I paused it actually. I thought it was for 3 minutes. I paused it for a closer look. Research.
This at work on your lunch break, was it?
Yes, on the big screen.
What are you watching there, Ken?
It's Natalie's anus. I'm just zooming in. And...
Is that like Sophie's Choice?
Very much so, yeah.
She tells him what happened at the lab isn't his fault, it was Yuri's.
Do you know, I wrote, she walks in now to be shit again.
Yes.
And I'll tell you what she sounded like and looked a bit like on this bit. She looks like the mom at the end of Nightmare on Elm Street. You know the bit where she's in the dream world bit, where everything she says sounds fucking stupid and weird?
Yeah.
That's what I've written.
With the hair.
Yeah, and I've written that's how she's speaking in this scene. Where it just sounds dreamlike.
She does sound... She's very Tommy Wiseau, I say. That's the best.
Yeah, but this bit was a bit that I noticed. That's what she was reminding me of.
Yeah.
The mom at the end of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. She says, "No, there's no damage done that can't be fixed. Get off your guilt trip. We still need your help."
Yeah, I'm not sure what help he's fucking providing.
Nothing. He's a fucking journalist.
He's a shyster.
He's Owen R. Shyster from the wrestling.
Indeed he is.
Natalie has to see Paul's gash anyway. And she's shocked at how deep it is.
Yeah. So she has a quick go on it as well, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She slides her fingers across it.
It's very tender, though.
Yeah. She does say, that's not a scratch. That's a deep cut.
That's a deep gash you've got yourself there.
Yeah. And, of course, as it happens, whenever a lady fingers a man's gash, sexy time.
Yeah, Yuri's outside with a new haircut.
Yeah.
Candles and violin music.
Having a bit of a peep.
Sexy sex.
Yeah, in the trailer, of course, this is used a lot, this scene. It's very brief and you don't see anything, but they do use the sex scene a lot.
The cut's very weird.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Because it cuts to the moon and then cuts straight away again to a couple in a Jeep kissing.
Yeah. Smooching.
And the girl says, "Did you bring the raincoat?"
Yeah. So that bit's over, by the way, that sex scene. It's not much of a sex scene. You don't get to see Natalie's heaving breasts.
No.
Or her anus, in fact. It turns out that when I zoomed in, it was Joe Estevez.
Not again.
Yeah, I know. It gets me every time, that boy. Honestly. Oh.
She says, "Did you bring the raincoat?" And the boyfriend says, "Forget it. You've ruined the mood."
Yeah. Yeah, she's, of course, talking about the condom.
Prophylactic.
The Johnny. Did you bring the Johnny?
My God, did you bring the Johnny? What do Americans call condoms? Raincoats, I guess.
Rubbers.
Rubbers. That's
the rubbers.
It. Yeah.
Call it the rubber.
The rubber.
Give me the rubber.
One of Ken's films. You know what else would ruin the mood, Ken?
Go on.
Paul crawling towards the car.
I thought he can't find the keys and have a bit more of a laugh, but then she starts screaming because she's seen a paraplegic werewolf. Because Paul is just outside, laid on the dirt.
Yeah, and his legs aren't working.
Yeah, just going.
Paraplegic werewolf. That was one of our albums.
I've also written that down as a potential pitch.
Paraplegic werewolf.
Shit, he can't do anything.
Or is it empowering?
No.
Oh,
no, he's rubbish. He really can't do anything.
The girl just gets out the car and runs off into the woods. You never see the boyfriend again. No. He's just probably still there.
Yeah, I think he is. Can't find his keys, can he?
No. We watch her run about for a bit, with every stock footage scream in the background you've ever heard.
The thing is, while she's screaming, the boyfriend's ignoring her anyway. So she just runs off screaming. We get back to the paraplegic werewolf. It hasn't moved a fucking bit, so I don't know why she's running so urgently away when he can't fucking move.
Yeah.
Still, she's having a crack. She's having a go for it. Go on, love.
She falls into a puddle.
That's what happens, unfortunately. She gets away from him, but as soon as she approaches a puddle, she falls into it 3 fucking times.
Yeah.
She just loses her feet, doesn't she?
Yeah. And Paul attacks her, kills her to death.
Good.
Later, Paul's in bed reading a book, and he starts having a funny turn again.
I know.
How many days is this? The same day?
I don't know, but I thought he was out and about.
Yeah, why is he?
I don't know, but he's back home, he's reading a book. Gets another transformation scene, which is shit as well.
Yeah, I've put the scenes of transformation get progressively worse through the films.
Yeah.
I could tolerate the first one with Tommy, but this is just fucking terrible.
Yeah, it is poor.
Anyway, Kerry, she's turned up. No idea why she's come back.
Real estate. I think it's because if you do sell or have anything to do with a house, you keep the keys and are allowed to enter any time you wish. I think that's in the policy over in America. I think so.
I believe so, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
But he's vanished. And she has a look around, and out steps a werewolf with an Elvis wig on.
Yeah, she finds him in a really shit mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, and does what anyone would do in that situation.
Throws herself down the stairs.
Yeah, and flips herself over the banister immediately.
Fucking whoop, whoop, plummets to her death.
Nope.
Is she dead then?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, he just sort of poses a little bit, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Doing a werewolf pose.
Oh, yeah, it's lightning.
Yeah.
Seemed a nice clear evening.
Yeah,
a couple of seconds ago.
No, it's because death.
Yeah, and he starts dancing, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's dancing in the lightning.
Yeah, Credence, that comes on.
Yeah.
I see a bad moon rising.
Yeah.
He does a bit of a dance.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Werewolf in the Lightning is one of Ken's solo albums.
It was, yeah, it was haunting. I think everyone agreed. Also, shit, they all agreed that as well.
Natalie arrives the next morning to see Paul sitting staring out the window.
Yeah, and she has the cheek to say that he sounded weird on the phone.
Yeah.
I mean, considering her fucking voice, I don't know how she's got that judgment.
Yeah. She says, "You look like hell. What's wrong?" And he says, "I'm scared." And she says, "Maybe you were sleepwalking."
That's possible.
Yeah.
Possibility, isn't it?
Paul asks what Natalie is holding back. What happened to Tommy in that hospital? And she says, she spoke to Joe Estevez. And he said that they saw Tommy turn into a beast. And they shot him when he attacked. And now he's in the hospital in a coma. "I'm very concerned about your well-being."
I'm glad to hear that. End of scene.
Yeah. I'm very glad to hear that. And that's the end.
So natural, isn't it, the dialogue? So very, very natural.
Yuri is at the lab on the phone when Natalie comes in.
Yeah, of course he's fucking there.
"Why are you staring at me like that?" And that's when I made the note of she is the female Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah, I think Yuri, he's possibly contemplating a little bit of foul rape.
Yeah, I think
Laboratory rape.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, oh shit, it's Richard Lynch, so rape's on the back burner.
Yeah. I've put Richard Lynch walks in dressed like Captain Birdseye.
Yep, Captain on deck.
"Paul is active, very strange. I think he's turning into Werewolf now." Oh my God. And then Richard Lynch there laughs and says, "You believe that?" I'm like, you're the one that bought this.
Fucking started it.
Yeah, you
Richard bloody Lynch.
Yeah. "I don't know what to believe anymore. If this is true, it would be the greatest find of our century."
What is it? What's troubling you?
Oh, it's nothing.
Now, come on, what are you holding back?
It's just that so many things have happened since we discovered those remains. Tommy's in the hospital, and Paul's been acting very strange. He thinks he's turning into a werewolf now.
"What are you hiding from me, Richard Lynch? Tell me the truth," is what she says. "In due time, you'll know everything." "Well, then maybe it's too late." And that's it, at the end of the scene. What the hell did any of that mean?
During that, because we have had another full slow-mo,
pan of
progression
the fucking
down the skeleton again.
Yeah.
Just for fucking fun.
Yeah. Richard Lynch leaves and so do we.
Yeah, that's the end of that scene.
Yeah. We cut to a painting of a man having a shit in the woods surrounded by deer. I've put the man is Richard Lynch and it's on the wall in his living room.
Yeah, I tried to buy that in auction off Richard Lynch from the estate.
Full size of the living room as well. Wall to wall. It isn't Richard Lynch, of course, but it is actually a painting of a man looking to be having a shit in the woods.
Yes,
and it's
I can confirm on this, however, that it's not any evidence that there was a shit being done in that painting.
No,
So sorry about that.
No, and it's actually on the wall of the pool hall for fucking some reason.
If you like that painting, don't worry, because we'll come back to that and we'll have another look at a bit more of it later.
Yeah, and the rest of them that are all over the walls in this place.
Amazing place.
It goes on a bit, doesn't it, watching them play pool? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and they got weird rules where she can seemingly just pop whatever she fucking wants as long as the black goes in eventually.
Yeah.
And she wins. Because like, they were like the stripes and spots, yeah? So she was stripes because he misses. So she pots the first one and then he's like, uh-oh, like hustler. And then when she pots the black, there's still 2 stripes left on the fucking table. So what the hell game are they playing?
American pool.
Women wins because she's got her fucking nips out through a bloody tight top.
Yeah, that's my favourite type of pool game.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah. I've put, Paul's been living here for a bit, so he's clearly gone to Yuri's barbers because he's got a different hairstyle now in between each shot.
Not to be outdone, Yuri will pop in a minute, don't worry about that.
He does, with haircut number 5.
There he is.
A sort of Johnny Windswept look about him. He invites himself to play pool in the tightest T-shirt you'll ever see.
Yeah, on a human man, obviously.
Yeah. Winner stays on, he says, and is immediately beaten.
It is true, though. You know.
Yeah.
You know, but you have to put your coin down, don't you?
Yeah.
That's why I don't like playing pool in a public environment. People put £1 down and you think, oh shit, I hope I lose.
Yeah.
I don't have to play that dickhead.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Very British.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Yeah. Paul starts changing into a werewolf.
Yep. Nobody fucking notices. He seems to forget he's there.
Yuri Yuri doesn't beat off. Yuri loses and fucks off. And then Mexican Meatloaf turns up.
I've actually got biker Dominic Lawton keeping an eye on the game from a distance. Just watching him.
Yeah.
They don't fucking do anything. He's just there watching. And we keep, every now and then, we cut to Dom at the bar in his biker garb.
Yeah, and goth wig.
Yeah, just keeping an eye on it. And then finally, he makes his move. He comes over and challenges Natalie to a game.
Yeah. He says, I would do anything for Paul, but I won't do that. He points at Yuri.
Yeah, it's Paul.
Yuri's hair.
He's Paul. It's pronounced Paul, not Paul. He's like, oh, shut up.
Yeah. We get random shots of these shit paintings throughout. Paul's in the bathroom throwing up into the sink. Yuri comes out from having a shit in one of the stalls.
He has had a shit. Yes, I confirm Yuri did have a shit in this bit. There's no other reason for him to be in there.
Yeah, no other reason for him to have his jacket off.
Yeah, exactly, because he has got that off as well. He's put it back on. He's took his jacket off because he's gone for a shit.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations, Yuri.
Leaves the bathroom as Paul is transforming. Paul runs out into the street and immediately punches a woman to the ground and runs off.
Quite right. Yeah, he seems to kill 2 people, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like Paul. He just goes outside, murders 2 people, and just runs away.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh no.
I've put dives over the bonnet of a car and a particularly poor bit of stunt work. Because the car stops and then he jumps over it.
Yeah, and now he is also an expert in the art of parkour.
Parkour.
And off he goes.
Yep, climbs onto the roof to do the Rocky pose, and then we cut away.
Back to Yuri.
Yeah, he's on the phone to Richard Lynch.
He is.
About Paul.
Telling him about all kinds of shit that's going down.
When did Richard Lynch become a bad guy in this?
Now.
Just now. He was all right at the beginning.
He had scruples, but now he is on them.
Yes.
So he is unscruples.
Yes.
That's what they call him, Uncle Scruples.
Yuri says they must get to Paul before daybreak and he returns to normal. You would think that it'd be safer.
Yeah, so wait for daybreak,
Yes.
then get him. But no, Yuri's in charge of the plan and he's a fucking maniac.
Yes.
Unfortunately, well, let's get him at his most dangerous.
Yes. Natalie confronts Yuri and Yuri says, please, let's go and have a seat. And he convinces her to help them capture Paul and get him to the lab unharmed.
It's another weird scene, isn't it? That
Yes.
where they go and have a seat. He says, "Do you want a drink?" She goes, "No." He goes, "Okay, no drinks." I was like, "Okay," and then they have a chat. I was like, "What the fuck is the point of this?"
She says, so it all comes to this. You and Richard Lynch is in it for fame and fortune, but over my dead body? You hear me? I won't stand for it. She does in fact stand and leaves.
Yeah.
Screaming Paul's name into the air.
Yeah, she kind of just shouts it a bit. She kind of gets outside and just goes, "Paul! Paul!" Oh, he's not there.
Yeah.
And that's it. And you just think, as if he'd still be within a fucking earshot. He left 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
He could run off the street and just stop. He's just over the road, just like, yes?
Just posing. When he's fucking...
oh, yes. Well, hello.
Paul goes back home to attack Sam the Keeper. That takes forever.
It's a fucking masterclass, isn't it, of acting from him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like that. Oh my God, please help me, werewolf. It's like he's just shocked at it. He didn't know what the film was about. And then he goes, I'm Sam the Keeper. The fucking idiot. Anyway, he's dead. What a useless fucking piece of shit he was with his rifle. Didn't even use it.
No, he isn't dead.
Sorry?
He's just on the fucking floor crying.
Oh, is he?
And then Paul runs upstairs. Natalie turns up. Sam tells her not to go upstairs and that he was praying for the police. She says, no, don't call the police.
He's like, I wasn't. I was praying for them, which is fucking useless.
She tells him to go to the window and if anyone tries to break in, shoot them dead.
Oh, yes, that's right. He does say all this. Yeah, yeah. But obviously, when they do arrive, don't.
Yeah.
Because they do arrive and he doesn't.
Yes.
So, well done.
Natalie heads upstairs to Paul and sits next to him. She says, Paul, please don't hurt me. I love you no matter what. Yuri and Richard Lynch want to take you to the lab and cage you. And then horrible cry acting.
Yuri and Noel want to take you to the lab and cage you. I'm here to help. I don't know how, but I know I gotta get you out of here.
Thankfully, Yuri arrives. You know the only way out of there?
Smash through the window.
Through his own window. And he does.
Yeah.
He's on the first floor, though, so he like just falls out of his own house. Yeah, well done, Paul.
Runs off into the desert. I mean, I'm pretty sure they were sort of in the suburbs when you saw it earlier in the taxi.
Yeah, but he's a wolf, you know.
Instantly in the
Immediately
desert.
He can get to the desert very quickly as a wolf.
As can Yuri, who isn't a wolf.
Yeah, he's in pursuit of a wolf.
That's true.
So maybe he's hungry like a wolf.
It chases Paul for a bit, and then we see the glove puppet again.
Yeah, that's Yuri. Yuri gets to test how tough he really is against a puppet of a wolf.
Yes.
And unfortunately, no matter how many times he crosses his arms in front of his own face, he's going to fall foul of this one.
Yes. He gets loads of red paint all over his upper lip.
All he does is he just keeps crossing his arms in front of him, doesn't he? Like he's doing the fucking X Factor bullshit.
Yeah.
And then he pulls his arms away. He's got more blood on his face.
Yeah.
How's that happening? That's the time you are blocking everything. But
yeah.
No. I think if Yuri had gone on the offense instead of just doing that, he probably could have had him. Could have taken Paul out, I reckon.
Yeah, I think so. But he doesn't, and he's dead.
Yeah, unfortunately, Yuri gone to the hairdressers in the sky.
What happens next? Natalie, she sees Yuri dead because she was in pursuit as well, hot pursuit. She heads back to the house, goes up, fucking collapses on Paul's bed, and then Paul turns up.
Paul?
They embrace in the darkness, and then they both look towards the camera, and she's a werewolf too. Must be passed through semen as well then.
Yeah, it usually is.
Yeah.
Whenever I've had sex with a wolf.
This is absolutely fascinating.
What the fuck happened to Richard Lynch? Where's he
Nothing.
gone? Nothing, yeah. He's just out there, isn't he? Still there. Still going. He's still waiting. Still waiting for Yuri to give him a call. That's it. That's the end.
Yeah.
That really is just the end of the film. It's like a big reveal, isn't it, that she's also a shit-looking werewolf.
As soon as she turns up and it's all darkness and stuff, I was like, she's a werewolf.
Mm.
Yeah, she's just we know. It takes forever. It's very pleased with itself.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, did maybe he scratched her in the art of lovemaking?
I don't think so.
He could have had long nails by then.
Mm.
Or do you think it was wolf dick?
Wolf dick.
Wolf dick up the...
Yeah.
Yeah. It's danger, though, isn't it? It's a
Yep.
danger you're going to take.
Should have worn a raincoat, Paul. Should have worn a raincoat.
Wolf rubbers.
Reasonably priced on the Bad Movie Cult store.
Yeah, you go picture of me or Dom. Yeah, it's a lucky dip.
The extra large ones have Carl Weathers on them.
Yeah, that's the end of the film anyway. What do you think about that?
What do you think about that?
Me?
Yeah.
Fucking awful film, isn't it? Really is poor.
Yeah. The only good thing about this is Yuri, who's an absolutely insane character.
Right from the beginning. Yeah, he doesn't let up, does he?
No.
It's absolutely shit that he wasn't getting paid for this after he's the best thing in it.
So he is an archaeologist who for some reason goes undercover as a doctor. No one asks him to, and he didn't need to do it either.
But he's also a violent psychopath who will drug, rape, and kill anyone he can
Yeah.
in order to be a good archaeologist.
Yeah. He
just
killed a
looking
werewolf by making it drive a car.
He just wants one discovery, that's all.
Yeah,
he just wants fame.
He just wants fame and fortune.
All he wants is fame.
Yeah.
Too much to ask for an archaeologist?
So is this being inducted into the bad movie cult again?
It fucking is, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bad one,
100%, yeah.
First one up for Joe Estevez, and he's knocked it out the park. And he wasn't even in it for very long.
He is, yeah. It's sad to see, isn't it, that he wasn't in it for that long, but, at least he was in it.
Yeah, 1 for 1. Well done, Joe. We knew you had it in you.
Yeah, the Estevez blood. Not as strong as wolf blood, perhaps, but still.
Yep. Well, we've got a pitch.
I've got some ideas, yeah.
Oh, let's hear them then.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Okay, I've got an idea, right? And it was based on animal crossovers, such as the werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
And I come up with a couple. And then my children came up with some. Now, my son, as we've often spoken about him...
Too much for my liking.
He came up with the last one, but I'll give you the thing that my daughter called me on more than one occasion.
What, cunt flap?
No, that's not an animal, Dom. I know you think it is. I know you've been out there hunting them.
That's the only thing I've ever heard your daughter call you. That's why.
No, but that's just cute. That's cute. She's only 6.
So, sorry about that, Ken.
It's fine. No, it's all right. But obviously, if she has called me that and you've heard her, just let me know, won't you? Serious business, that.
Big Daddy.
No, that's a wrestler and you know it. No, but she occasionally says mangoose.
Mangoose?
Yeah, she thinks it's mongoose, but she thinks the first bit's man. So she says mangoose.
Nice.
She's like, no, mangoose. So I thought, mangoose is a good one, isn't it?
Mm.
To have it as a mongoose. And then I thought, what if it is a man and a part goose? Or is it a mongoose but a man? So is it a man and mongoose? Or do we keep the goose bit?
It would have to be a mongoose for it to make sense, wouldn't it?
That's what I was going for. And it's good because then I was thinking, what on earth can kill a man mongoose? A mangoose, as it were. A cobra.
I thought mongooses kill cobras.
Yeah, but they're both a mortal enemy. So
Right.
in order to, they
like stamp on them or something.
They would release the cobra. And then I thought, right, where do they live? Where could we do it? Don't want to have to go out into the middle of like deserts or anything. But then Mexico. So then my son came in with Chupa-Cobra.
Mm.
So it's a Chupacabra cobra hybrid against a man mongoose hybrid. And it's a clash of the creature features. Ideally, we would have one film just called Mangoose, one film just called Chupa-Cobra, and then the third film of that universe would be them coming together to fight. What do you think?
No.
You're right. I'll discipline the children when I get home.
Absolutely not.
Fucking rubbish.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a good idea, but no, you're right. It's shit. Sorry, kids.
The only thing I can say is I'm glad I'm not related to them, to be honest. This is embarrassing for everyone involved.
Same here.
No, it's fucking great, Ken.
All right, you don't have to be sarcastic.
Sorry. No, it's fucking great, Ken.
That's better. Yeah, so that was it. That was the idea. I haven't got anything else written down. But with what you've brought to the table, you've still got scope there for the medicine man out in the desert, the Mexican deserts, with Steven Seagal being available.
Yeah.
So he could still be in it.
Mm.
And that's it from me. Over to you. What we got?
This is an impossible thing to pitch. I don't even know what the fuck a mangoose would be doing. What does he look like? It's just a man.
Yeah, with a goose on his head. What's a mongoose look like?
No idea.
Like a fucking weasel or something, isn't it? Like a meerkat. Looks like one of them, doesn't it? What's its strengths? We need to know its strengths.
It's got tiny little shitty hands.
Yeah, okay, so this guy, he's got tiny little shitty hands.
Yeah, I suppose it does look a bit like a meerkat.
Told you. So what we got then? So what can it do?
Sleep nose to anus by the look of it.
I think so.
Is he going to be doing that, is he? Mangoose.
The mangoose, yeah.
Remember when we used to do pictures about big killer zombie bikini wearing surfer babes? And now we're doing Mangoose. We're Googling mongooses. How far this podcast has fallen.
Well, there can be a bikini woman.
I'm not putting a bikini on a mongoose, Ken. I've told you this before.
Well, if you're going to be like that, then what else can we do? Why don't we? Okay, spring break.
Woo! See you later.
Yeah! Spring break is interrupted by chupa-cobra attacks in sleepy Mexico town.
Yeah.
And a man, a scientist, is investigating with the police into the deaths and finds out it's a hybrid of a chupacabra and a cobra, calls it the chupacabra, and then looks at what might be able to kill it. And what he comes up with is a fucking mongoose.
But it's a mangoose.
Because whilst he's experimenting, he accidentally injects himself in the anus with mongoose blood.
Oh, he sat on the needle.
Yeah, on purpose.
Who's going to play Mangoose?
That's up to you. I brought the idea. Now we go into the casting and the fleshing out the story.
Wesley Snipes?
I think he would.
Yeah.
I like that, actually.
Mm.
He'd be good as a scientist, wouldn't he? In his white coat.
Yeah.
Got his sunglasses on from Blade.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. I think so.
Can he have these Simon Phoenix blonde hair?
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant.
Maybe a bit higher.
Very much higher.
Can he have Simon Phoenix?
Yeah, okay, yeah, a bit higher.
I've got the what's it called? What was it you were asking me about? What do mongooses do? What's their skills?
Yeah, what's
I've got the skill set.
Skill set.
Right, you ready?
Yeah.
Problem solving.
Okay. All right.
Agility.
Yeah.
What they can do, they're really good, apparently, at breaking open birds' eggs by throwing them with their forepaws towards a solid object.
That's not fucking much use, is it?
It might be. Do the chupacabras have eggs?
No. Cobras would.
Not the chupacabra.
The chupacabra wouldn't. No, mammalistic.
But if they're together,
maybe.
chupacabra.
Depends which one's got the ass.
Some are loners, some live in mobs, some are semi-aquatic.
I like that. So they can... okay, yeah, I like it.
It's an excellent swimmer.
That's what I mean. Semi-aquatic's great because then we can use that as well.
Whoa! It can go underwater for up to 15 seconds.
Fucking hell.
That's nearly as long as humans.
That's impressive, isn't it?
So Wesley Snipes will die instantly if he's underwater for more than 15 seconds.
Yeah.
So Wesley Snipes' ability...
He's part man as well. So
that's what I mean.
Hold his breath for a bit longer.
So is he just growing fur on himself?
Yeah.
Does he look like, you know what they look like in cats?
Yeah, he's got a tail.
Yeah, and he's just got his face on a mongoose's body.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know what we're dealing with. Is he fucking 3 foot tall, is he? Or is he man-sized?
I think he'd probably rather stay man-sized, wouldn't he?
I don't think it's up to him, Ken, once you've been injected in the anus. I don't think it'll change his body that much. It wouldn't shrink him.
No, I think it would just give him the affectations of a mongoose.
And also the skills, or else what's the fucking point, right?
That's right. The skills are pretty fucking weak at the moment, aren't they?
The agility, problem-solving, and throwing eggs.
Yeah, which you could probably do.
And swimming underwater for 15 seconds.
Which I'm pretty sure Wesley Snipes could do as himself.
Yeah.
He's not really got much of those abilities coming to the fore here, have we?
Not really.
But he can kill snakes, though, you say.
They've got various tricks at beating venomous snakes. Let's have a look, see what they are.
Yep.
They've evolved a resistance to neurotoxin.
Perfect. So he's resistant to the poisons.
They can keep fighting even after receiving a bite that would kill most animals their size.
There we go, then.
They're not immune to the venom, but thanks to special mutations in their nervous system, it has difficulty binding to their nicotinic acetylcholine receptors.
Yes.
Rendering it less effective.
Exactly.
Oh, diverse diets.
Yeah.
We have a big scene about Wesley Snipes talking about his diverse diet.
It depends what it is.
Yeah, they eat crabs.
He can eat a crab.
Yeah.
Steamed crab.
Earthworms.
He could do that, couldn't he?
Yeah, he's got a worm farm.
Yeah. In his lab.
Yeah. Rodents.
It's fucking perfect for
Birds.
Wesley Snipes.
Lizards.
I like it. He can do this.
Some mongoose species have relatively advanced communication skills. Can he speak?
Wesley Snipes can, yeah.
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 So when he turns, he can speak like a human.
Yeah. I am mongoose, he says.
Mangoose.
Yeah, that comes later. Someone else calls him it. The press. Give him that name.
Like Vicky Vale in Batman.
He's too stupid.
There's a press that's after him and falls in love with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played by...
Yeah, it could be played by Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah as the hot young press officer.
Yes.
Looking for a scoop.
Yeah, we've had her before when she was having wasn't she shitting or something?
She was the police chief. That was Chris Nosferatu, I believe.
Chris Nosferatu too.
She was elbow deep in her own shit. She was.
I don't want to leave her like that. She has to come back and be a hotshot reporter.
She did come back. She come back in the sequel.
What, the third one?
Yeah.
What was she doing in the third one? Oh, she was, wasn't she?
She came back and she said, I smell plop. That was her opening line. Big reveal.
See how good these pictures used to be,
Queen
Ken?
Latifah.
So not Queen Latifah then?
No, she finished on a high. She is dead, but she finished on a high.
Yeah, I smell plop. What about who else? Who else could be his love interest?
Kelly Clarkson. No, what's the other one?
I love Kelly Clarkson. Yeah,
every
Kelly
time.
Rowland.
Kelly Rowland.
Yeah, okay.
Let's have Kelly Rowland in there.
Yeah.
Right, okay, she's in. Fucking Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, that's a.
He wrote that as well.
That's a character name.
Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
What can her character name be?
Could she be
Scoops and Snipes?
Scoops.
Scoop DeVille.
Scoop DeVille. There we go. Perfect.
We can't have Scoops McKenzie again, can we? So she's in. So she's the hot young reporter.
Yes.
On the trail of, I don't know. She's just covering the Chupa-Cobra story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's how she stumbles across.
So she goes over to see Wesley Snipes as Dr. Mongoose.
His name is Mongoose.
Who studies mongooses.
Fucking hell. Pigeonholed into that, isn't he?
He was Dr. Pigeonhole. That's Joe Estevez.
Yeah.
It's his assistant, Pigeonhole.
Yeah.
That's what he's called.
Yeah.
He's in.
That's his like sidekick. Dressed as a pigeon. Joe Estevez.
No fucking reason.
Yeah. He's just in a pigeon costume.
That's all they had left.
Yeah.
That's all they had left at the shop. So what can Wesley Snipes
wanders
be
over
called?
to old people when they're feeding bread to the fucking ducks, try stealing it.
What can he be called? Wesley Snipes. He can't be called Dr. Mongoose, can he?
I don't think so. Dr. Eric.
Mm-hmm. Van Peebles.
Von Mongoose.
Right, okay, so he can be called Dr. Mongoose.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Dr. Eric Von Mongoose.
Okay, and then you've got Professor Pigeonhole.
No, he's just called Pigeonhole.
Oh, he's what?
Joe Estevez as Pigeonhole.
Brilliant, and then he's dressed as a pigeon, as he's like.
If you want him to be,
yeah,
I don't know
so.
why, but he can be.
Well, he's a fucking sidekick, isn't he? He's got to be dressed up.
What? Even in the bloody lab?
Yeah,
dressed as a pigeon in a lab.
No, once he becomes Mongoose, Joe Estevez needs to be.
Does he
sidekick.
shrink into the size of a pigeon?
No,
does he just put a massive pigeon outfit
it's
on?
just like a football mascot.
What's he
style.
fucking bringing out into the equation here? What does he do? Nothing.
He can scavenge for bread, seeds.
Pigeonhole, bring me more bread.
Pigeonhole just presents bread to
yes,
him.
Dr. Mongoose.
Yeah. Maybe he's got a bit of a gammy leg, because you see pigeons like that, don't you?
Yeah, he's got like a tag on him.
Yeah.
He's been tagged by Wesley Snipes.
Yes.
That's how he found
He
him.
sends and receives notes through him as well.
He's messenger.
Yeah.
I like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And provides bread.
He gets him to text because it's quicker, isn't it? So
yeah.
But he gets the Pigeonhole to text for him.
Yeah.
Because he's got the hands
and
of a mongoose.
He provides eggs for Wesley Snipes to throw.
To throw at Chupa-Cobras.
Yeah.
This is fucking working out nicely, this.
We've done well, haven't we? Mongoose and Pigeonhole.
Thank you, Pigeonhole.
Yeah, that's what he does, yeah.
Yeah, when he's pleased.
The final scene is them on, like Batman.
Whoa. Don't give that away yet.
The final scene is like Batman at the end, when he's got the bat signal and he's on the building. The same, but without the bat signal. They're just on a building. standing there.
Good build-up that way. Yeah.
Overlooking the
comparison.
city. And what was her name?
Scoop DeVille.
Scoop DeVille looks up and says, I think the city's got a new hero or some shit.
Can she not just look up just that exact line or some shit? Yeah, fuck it, that'll do it. Yeah, if she can say that, yeah.
Much to the annoyance of Commissioner, Police Chief Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers, yeah. Who just chews on his cigar and harumphs.
Yeah, he's not happy with Mangoose.
Shaking his head with his hands on his hips.
Yeah.
Looking at the sky. Don't know why he's doing that.
Is Wesley Snipes his son? He doesn't know it.
Yes.
He doesn't know he's Mangoose.
Because he's Chief Carl Weathers von Mangoose.
It's like his mother's name. His mother's name.
He was married to a mongoose.
Yes.
Was Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kept his own name.
Can Wesley Snipes, can his mum just be Wesley Snipes in drag like he was in Wong Fu?
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Just in a picture, you don't actually ever meet her.
Yeah,
unless you want to do fucking
and she's
Eddie
got,
Nutty Professor.
No, we don't want to do that. No, and she's got even taller Simon Phoenix hair with curlers in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the picture.
I forgot he had that haircut. Yeah,
yeah, that's the picture.
He has to wear a mask then, doesn't he? So no one knows he's Mangoose.
He wears a real mongoose on his face with holes cut into it.
Oh, that's horrible. Maybe he has one of those like sex masks. Like, what? You know when people like dress up?
For sex?
Yeah, as animals. Maybe he's just got one of them instead.
Like furries?
Yeah.
Furry sex beasts.
Furry mongoose. I'm not going to type that in. This is my works PC.
I've typed in pigeonhole. Yeah, dear God.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
So who's the bad guy? It's just an animal.
It's a Chupa-Cobra.
Chupa-Cobra.
Or we can have somebody who's been messing with chupacabras and cobras and has injected himself with both of their bloods accidentally in his anus.
Yeah.
It's exactly
Maybe
the
they
same.
were working together and fell backwards at the same time.
Yes. Yeah, so they know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Who was Wesley Snipes' his colleague?
I think that would probably have to be Hulk Hogan.
Fucking Hulk Hogan.
He looks like a scientist. Them are these two. Von Mangoose and Hogan.
Dr. Eric von Mongoose and Dr. Hulk Hogan.
Who could play...
Eric Bana.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Why don't we have him?
Yeah.
No, I didn't anything else, have we?
No, nice.
First one. Welcome, Eric.
Well done, Eric.
And who's he? Dr. what?
Dr. Banana.
Dr. Hulk Hogan. Dr. Big Banana.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
What?
Fuck it. So why is he called that? Does he carry one with him?
No.
He's got a banana holster.
No. He's got a banana hammock.
He's got a banana phobia.
Yeah, no.
Hates them.
Loves them too much.
He's not allowed near them.
No. Yeah, he's got a restraining order out against him.
That's how he was injected accidentally. He was messing with bananas near his anus. And Wesley Snipes Kung Fu kicked it away from him, and as he did, he slipped. And they both fell on...
hard times.
I was going to say on hypodermic needles, but yeah.
Yeah. Can we have Dave Bautista in this?
Yeah, of course we can. Can he be Dr. Big Banana's sidekick?
Yeah, he can.
Who's he playing?
He plays... What else? What hangs around with cobras? Nothing, really.
Nothing really, no. Other cobras, I guess.
Don't know what he could be. He's got to be some sort of fucking animal, hasn't he? What are the mongoose's natural enemies? Birds of prey, wild dogs, jackals, hyenas.
I think he could be a hyena, couldn't he, Dave? He's like they're a bit like chupacabra as well, aren't they? Chupacabra, of course, it means goat sucker. Could he be called Dr. Goat Sucker? Bit obvious, but
I think he's just Little Dave.
Little Dave.
Yeah,
he's in.
That's what they know him as, just helping out around the lab. Him and Pigeonhole.
Okay, they're both in.
And then he's does he turn into the hyena then?
He turns into the Chupacabra.
He does, Dave.
But which one do you want? I mean, nobody's a hyena.
I thought you said he was a hyena.
No, because I thought he could be.
He could be.
Because, he's built in it. He's got the big old top half.
Yeah.
Like the hyena.
He's going to have to dress up, though, isn't he? This is the conversation they have. Big Banana and Dave, as Big Banana's a fucking snake.
He's not just a snake, he's the Chupacabra.
Brilliant. And then Dave Bautista's got to dress up, because I'm not going to be anyone looking like a twat, is what Big Banana says.
Yeah, but he's turned into one. He's not thinking, oh no, I look like a twat. He can't control it.
Yeah.
Bautista can not dress up. Or he can dress up. He's got total control over if he does or not.
I think Pigeonhole is dressed, and it's kind of cartoonish pigeon, like a sports
pigeon?
mascot.
Oh, okay. With crossed eyes.
Yeah, like googly eyes or whatever.
Okay, so what's Big Dave Bautista? Well, Little Dave dressed up as?
I'll show you.
What's the natural enemy of a pigeon?
Natural enemy of pigeons.
Got to be a hawk, isn't it?
Raccoons.
He could be dressed up as the raccoon.
I think South Park have already done that.
Yeah,
though.
they have, yeah, but not with Bautista involved.
Possums?
So he can dress as a possum.
He's the possum.
The possum. Little Dave Possum, or just...
Yeah.
That's his full name.
Yeah. Davy Possum.
Okay, Little Dave Possum. So what's... is Steven Seagal in it? We're keeping him?
I don't think so. I think we'll save him for another werewolf-related pitch.
Okay, fair enough.
He's getting his own Medicine Man spin-off.
That's fine. Could he be in this at the end?
To set him up.
Set him up for the, like Marvel.
So Medicine Man Steve Seagal is in the same universe as Little Dave Possum, Big Banana,
Dr. Eric Von Mongoose.
Eric Von Mongoose, and Pigeonhole. Yeah, why not?
Yeah? He just says, Lord have mercy, shakes his head and walks off.
Yeah.
As they're all just on fire in the wilderness.
Yeah, he's wearing a soft moccasin.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
He'd be wearing a fucking tough one, would he? Hard moccasin.
No.
It's not how it goes.
No, and he's wearing a...
Just the one moccasin. Was he wearing one on each foot?
He's got one on each foot. He's not a lunatic.
That's fair enough.
Dracula wig, and obviously the...
The Dracula wig, I think at this point, is dragging in the sand behind him.
Long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With, just off
his head.
From him.
Just off his head.
Just tied to his rope that he's pulling it through the sand. Yes, Dom, I mean, it's long.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, thanks.
And he's got like a tasseled jacket on.
Yeah,
with
of course he has.
Fucking tiger on the back.
It's really, really long as well. That's also dragging on the floor.
Macho Man Randy Savage's jacket.
Yeah, dragging behind him as well, like a bridal train.
Jesus Christ, makes a fucking mess when he walks, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he tidies up, actually. It's nice and smooth. Yeah, he's got animals living in his hair.
Yeah, anyway, so...
Because he's at one with
what the
nature.
Fuck's happening in this film, then? Nothing.
Oh, yeah, sorry, that's the end. That's another film.
That's a different pitch.
What do you mean, nothing? Nature. It's fucking bloody MANGOOSE versus CHUPA-COBRA.
Is this like a Marvel film? Lots of explosions and all that sort of stuff?
I think we got it, yeah. I think we start with an explosion.
Yeah, and that's why they fall on their anuses. Into...
No, that's too quick, isn't it? We can't go straight into the action. It finishes 3 minutes later.
Yeah.
They're all on fire.
Yeah.
No. We start with the experimentations.
Mm.
Over the credits, we get the credits. We get a lovely song whilst the credits are
Billy Butt. Shall we get him in?
Yeah, he's in. All it sees is faces. So yeah, Billy Butt's in. And they're doing experiments. We get Mongoose experiment. We get Cobra experiment. And we get the
fictional Chupacabra.
The mythical Chupacabra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Experiments.
Yeah.
We get Joe Estevez dressed as a pigeon. No, he doesn't do that yet, does he?
Yeah.
He does that already. So he's already in the lab dressed as a pigeon.
With an overcoat, with a white lab coat on.
Okay. And the Little Dave Possum is with his coat on.
Reading a book in the corner. The little round spectacles on.
Spectacles on himself and the possum head.
Yeah. He's got the little spectacles on from Blade Runner that he wears in that.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the opening bit. Then they have an argument about where their experiments are taking them. And should we really be messing with
mongooses?
With mongooses and cobras
yeah.
and mythical beasts.
Yeah.
And they say, yes,
we should.
We should be.
Yeah. for the betterment of humankind.
For humankind and medicine purposes.
Yeah,
we could be immune to cobra venom.
Yeah.
Imagine that, Dr. Big Banana.
Yeah. First venom, then the world, he says.
Yeah. And then laughs maniacally as lightning strikes.
He thinks if we can cure venom, we can do it for all sorts of animal attack.
That's
bites
right,
and,
yeah. Shark attack cure.
Yes, with venom from a mongoose. Shark.
If you're about to be attacked by a shark, you inject yourself with mongoose blood just beforehand.
Yes.
And
Before you go every time you go swimming.
You're immune
to
the shark bite venom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're too agile.
Exactly.
In the water for 15 seconds.
15 seconds. Then you explode.
Yeah.
But
you're just dead floating on top of the water. Yeah.
But for 15 seconds, you're immune to it.
Yeah. I like that. And then maybe one of his, in a sequel, it could be a shark. Shark Man.
Stupid. Shark Man doesn't make sense.
Shark Man. Sharktopus.
Son of a bitch. So, yeah, we'll get to those. But, yeah, so that's the reasoning behind that's why they're doing experiments. So we've got that. That's based in science, so we're clear.
You know what we should have done?
Go on.
Rhino frog.
Have we got a whole universe we're creating.
Yeah.
We haven't got to skip ahead.
Yeah.
Don't even go there because I'll throw Crabaconda in. And we've got the time for these.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
Okay.
it. As long as Asylum aren't fucking listening to us and steal it like Sharktopus, we're good.
Okay.
So apart from that, we're okay. So this is the first one. I did say I wanted a mongoose and a chupacabra separate first, but we'll go straight in with this one. Then we get the origins, and then we're fine.
Mm-hmm.
So we can backtrack.
Excellent.
All good. So they're okay with that because it's all in the name of science. Everyone's happy, including Scoop DeVille. Then something happens, but what can that be?
Then doesn't he inject his anus?
Yeah, but how can that happen? There must be some sort of animosity between the two, otherwise.
I think it's just a lab accident.
Is it? Is like the pigeonhole knocks something over. Possum goes
Possibly.
goes to get it. Everyone falls.
Knocks himself out.
Everyone falls on their anus.
Yeah.
Injections.
Mm.
Injections galore.
Yeah. I think it's just one of those things that happens in a lab from time to time. A massive explosion.
Exactly, then.
Yeah.
Let's use that.
And they go flying into their hypodermic needles.
Yeah, which is always point up.
Oh, yeah.
Always point up.
As is standard.
On the anus level. In case it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there we go. You see Wesley Snipes close up. His eyes.
Well, I think
we can have his eyes contracting and everything to become the eyes of that of a mongoose.
I think maybe Pigeonhole's carrying the needle over, and the explosion happens, and he flies into Pigeonhole, and
that's a turkey, isn't it?
Yes, and he flies into him, and that's how he injects him.
So he accidentally injects him straight in the anus.
Yeah, and then I think with the cobra, what's his name, Big Banana,
Dr. Big Banana,
he flies back into a contaminated cobra that bites him.
In the anus?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how he gets it.
But how's the chupacabra become injected into him?
They've injected it into the cobra in the first instance.
Fucking hell, why would they be doing that?
Well, yeah, I have no idea why he's doing this experiment. We've explained away.
Well, I think the mongoose one's sorted. That's based in real science.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Big Banana's doing.
None of us do. He's on rogue, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just experimenting for the fuck of it.
On mythical animals and poisonous cobras.
Yeah, I don't know why we're keeping mongooses and cobras in the same fucking lab, to be honest, but there we go.
So if one of them escapes, they release the other. That's the point of the film. That's the
true.
whole point.
Backup plan.
So that's why.
Yeah. And so that's what happens. And then a lot of it's about Wesley Snipes coming to terms with his new powers and the responsibility that comes with it, like in every superhero film.
Being able to swim for 15 seconds.
Underwater,
kind of
yeah, and throwing eggs and...
Pigeonhole.
Yeah, you say.
The noise of a fucking pigeon. That's him, yeah.
Yeah, and it's basically... Pigeonhole's actually helped training him quite well.
That's nice.
Someone says that. That's dialogue.
That's very effective.
Yeah, meanwhile, what's his name? Chupa-Cobra.
Cobra.
Is that his name? Chupa-Cobra?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're living in the fucking sewers.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, Possum's not happy with it, but
He's not. He's a big lad, isn't he?
yeah.
Squeezing down the sewers.
And he decides that because I'm a chupa-cobra, I want to take over the world.
And with your help, little Dave Possum.
Your help, you are the possum.
What noise does a possum make?
That
noise?
I don't think so. I don't think they make noises.
It's mute.
Yeah.
Big Dave is a mute.
He's just reading a lot, isn't he?
That doesn't make him mute. You can read and still be able to speak, Tom. That's not exclusive of each other.
Oh, they have problem-solving abilities as well.
So they're very, very good. So this is good then to have them both against each other.
And out-mazing other species.
Out-mazing?
He's good in mazes, so that's why they're in the tunnels.
Yes, excellent work. Excellent work, little Dave Possum.
Someone asked, what are possums capable of? Someone's already researching this. We better get doing this quick.
It'll be asylum, won't it?
The many beneficial qualities of possums include controlling venomous species of snakes.
So he is helping him.
Yeah, they have a resistance to... I mean, he's actually not injecting...
This is fucking possums.
Yeah.
They're the same thing.
Yeah, very same family.
Shit.
That's why he's a good sidekick. I mean, he actually doesn't have any superhero abilities. He's just his sidekick.
He just dresses like one.
Yes, of course.
Of course, that's yeah. Phew.
Yeah, luckily, he's just... I don't really know what day... He just sort of walks around with him.
Yeah, dresses a possum.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He has a fight with Joe Estevez. Who's got to be 80 at this point.
Dressed as a pigeon.
And dressed as a pigeon even when he didn't have to be. At least Dave Possum was made to. He's 78 years old.
Joe
Estevez.
Well, good. Good then. Good that we got him.
Yes. And then eventually they have a fight.
Yeah. In the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they meet. Comes out of the sewers, goes straight to the desert for a fight.
Yeah.
Is it still spring break?
Yes.
Yeah, so we've got people being killed off by the chupa-cobra.
Yeah.
Bites.
Yeah.
And venom.
Yeah.
Never seen this before. That's what Chief says.
Look at the size of that gash.
Yeah.
Says Carl Weathers.
Yeah. What could do that?
Has anyone seen my son? I haven't seen him since that horrible explosion at the lab.
My estranged son, Dr. Von Mongoose.
Exactly.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
No, we haven't, Chief Carl Weathers.
What about Pigeonhole? He's never far behind.
We'll keep looking.
Yeah. Excellent. And that's it then. And then they win. They have a big fight in the desert or on the beach.
Yeah, on the beach, yeah, during spring break. Woo! Lots of tits.
Yeah, he tries to keep him in the water for 16 seconds, but can't.
Yeah, but can't do that. No,
yeah.
He's there. He's escaped after 15 on the bloody nose.
Yeah.
It's pretty high class, this, isn't it?
Mm.
It's a high quality piece.
Pigeonhole kills Possum.
Really?
Mm.
How?
Actually, no, they become best mates and decide they don't need to be sidekicks anymore. They can be their own men.
And we really don't need to be dressed up as animals.
But Joe Estevez likes to.
Yeah, and that's what Joe Estevez says. He said, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
And Bautista says, that's fair enough, actually. I quite enjoy it.
Yeah, so they both walk off holding hands down the beach.
Lovely, that, isn't it?
Yeah, and then these other two fight to the death.
Do they use their skills against each other then? We got he's trying to bite him and he's just trying to hit him with his little feet.
He's trying to drown him. Very agile, throws eggs.
Yeah. Provided, of course, by Pigeonhole.
Well, not anymore, he's gone.
He left a few behind.
Yeah.
As he's gone.
And he ends up basically killing what's his name? No, Big Banana.
Big Banana's dead.
Cobra, yeah. Carl Weathers turns up and flamethrowers him.
But accidentally also flamethrows his own son because he didn't recognise him because he's part mongoose.
Yeah, but he's fine. Agile gets away from him.
Yeah, he is okay there because he's immune to fire as well.
Yeah.
That's the power of the mongoose.
And Scoops DeVille, she writes the piece on it, gets the Pulitzer.
Yeah. As you would.
Looks
a story on this.
And Pigeonhole comes back saying, I've brought little Dave Possum with me. We're going to be your little superhero fucking gang.
Yeah. We can right wrongs wherever they may be.
The wrong rights.
He says. And then that's the bit on top of the mountain. No,
yeah.
Not on the mountain, on top of the building.
Yeah. A mongoose, someone dressed in a pigeon costume, and Dave Bautista dressed as a possum.
Yeah.
The end.
And then mid-credits, Steven Seagal
Yeah.
walks through the desert, sees the corpse of Chupa-Cobra.
Burned to a crisp.
Yeah.
He says, I'm too late. No, he says, Lord have mercy.
He
and
says,
that's it.
Lord have mercy, and picks it up and takes it with him.
Yeah.
And then sweeps away the debris with his hair and coat.
Perfect.
Brings us on to the next one. That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I love that. What's the name of it?
MANGOOSE Vs CHUPA-COBRA. That's it.
There we
That's
go.
all we'll need. That's all we'll need. You don't think you need anything. You don't even have to advertise that film. It's just the title alone. Done.
Perfect. Well, see if you can persuade any of them to get stabbed in the anus or bitten on the anus by a cobra.
I think Wesley Snipes is in for this one.
Excellent.
100%.
And I'll say thank you for listening to this episode of the Bad Movie Cult podcast. Have you seen the film Werewolf? If you have, let us know what you think of it. Did you like it? Did you hate it? badmoviecultgmail.com.
Can you even say werewolf? They couldn't.
You can also find us on all social medias. We're on X, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. There's a group on there. Join us.
Threads.
Have a little chat.
We're on
Threads,
Threads.
whatever that is. Yeah, we're on there.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Yeah.
What's that other thing we're on?
Letterboxd.
Where Ken puts out every film he watches. He says, "Oh, look, I've watched this film. Aren't I amazing?"
Yeah, I don't really do them all. Obviously, I'd give it away a bit, wouldn't it?
Right.
What we're covering. But there is a list on there of every film we have covered. If you wonder what else we've done, they're all on there.
Excellent. Have a little look at that and follow us on there if you want. What else? What else do I usually say at this point?
Oh, fucking no, I never listen.
Reviews. 5-star reviews, everybody.
Yeah!
Helps us get found by new listeners, and it's a massive help just in general to the podcast. Lets us know that you still care and you love us. And that's all we really want.
That's all we need.
We'll be back next week.
Or thereabouts.
Not
long left, to be honest.
With another full moon June episode. What could that be? Probably another werewolf film, right? Wrong.
Yeah, it would suggest that, but no, of course not. Fuck that.
But until then, I will say, thank you, Kenneth, for joining me.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Must be passed through semen as well, then.
Yeah, it usually is.
Yeah.
Whenever I've had sex with a wolf.